Let me now turn to the domestic growth situation. Growth in real GDP in the second quarter of this year at 5.4% turned out to be much lower than anticipated. This decline in growth was caused mainly by a substantial deceleration in the industrial growth from 7.4% in the first quarter to 2.1% in the second quarter due to subdued performance of manufacturing companies, contraction in mining activity, and lower electricity demand. Taking all these factors into consideration, real GDP growth for 2024-25, that is the current year, is now projected at 6.6%, with Q3 at 6.8% and Q4 at 7.2%. Real GDP growth for the first quarter of 25-26 is projected at 6.9% and the second quarter of 25-26 at 7.3%. The risks are evenly balanced. CPI inflation for the current financial year, that is 24-25, is projected at 4.8%, with Q3 at 5.7%, Q4 at 4.5%. Going into the next financial year, CPI inflation for the first quarter of 25-26 is projected at 4.6% and Q2 at 4%. The risks are evenly balanced. Now, what do these inflation and growth conditions mean for monetary policy? I have described the growth conditions. I have described the inflation conditions. Now, what do all these factors mean for monetary policy? And that is what I would like to now highlight. The near-term inflation and growth outcomes in India have turned somewhat adverse since the last monetary policy in October. The medium-term prognosis on inflation suggests further alignment with the target, while growth is expected to pick up its momentum. Persistent high inflation reduces the purchasing power of consumers and adversely affects both consumption and investment demand. The overall implication of these factors for growth is negative.